A police department in Buffalo is facing a $15 million lawsuit after 3 black employees at the department say that one of the captains went on racist rants against black males. And in those rants covered pretty much all of the sort of stereotypes and slurs that you'd expect. But first, the lawsuit is coming from 2 veteran officers, Brandon Hawkins, Katelynn Bolden, along with Erica Seymour, a mental health clinician with the department. They allege that police captain Amber Beyer allegedly went on a tirade of prejudicial and racist comments in front of a room of officers and clinicians. So apparently felt very comfortable doing this very much in public. So here's an example of some of the things that happened. Back on May 2nd, an officer apparently showed Beyer a viral video of an incident where 2 white officers in a different jurisdiction pulled over a black officer. After watching the video, she went on a 20-minute rant, which would be long even for Cenk, geez. In that, she said that black men cheat on their wives more than white men. And if you're wondering what that has to do with the video she just watched, oh, she just had to say it. Also said that she would be suspicious of a black man if she saw him in her neighborhood, a predominantly white exurb of Buffalo. She added that white officers get post-traumatic syndrome from working in predominantly black neighborhoods, but that's not an issue for black officers because black people are used to violence and commit more of it than white people. That is a lot of ground to cover in one racist rant, and to do that, not only as a police officer, but as a leader of cops, surrounded by a crowd of other cops and mental health clinicians. That is the F around stage. We're gonna see if the find out stage delivers $15 million in damages. But Francesca, what do you think?
That's good. Like, I mean, the problem is that like, who's gonna pay for those damages, right? Yeah. Is the city of Buffalo going to pay, right? This is a city that not so long ago suffered a mass shooting at the hands of a racist in a store predominantly frequented by black black patrons, right?
Patrons, yeah.
Like it just, and then this is their police. So like when you're in top supermarket, there's a mass shooting, you make a phone call to the police, this is who you're calling. You're calling the very people who protect you harbor the same racist ideologies that mass shooter had.
Yeah.
So this is when people say, don't call the police, defund the police. Number one, understand that understand who might be calling them, right? Understand that like for black Americans in this country, calling the police, it only endangers yourself further, right? Because you understand that they harbor these kinds of beliefs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like, hasn't the city been through enough? And if the damages hold and they're forced to pay, who pays? Taxpayers of Buffalo?
I guess unfortunately it will be. Like it feels on its face like this racist police captain is doing more to defund the police than most politicians would be willing to do. But yeah, in the end, they're probably just gonna be given more money to make up for it, and it's gonna be coming from us anyway. But
right.
Yeah, like to know that cops, people who have so much responsibility and at the same time so much power, will be burdened by the exact same sorts of suspicions and hatreds and fears as everyone else is bad enough. It shouldn't be surprising, but there it is. But that beyond that they would feel comfortable shouting it to a room of peers. Like not just that they have those thoughts and might act on those thoughts, but they feel comfortable in a leadership position in a time when everyone has video cameras in their pocket. That they would feel comfortable saying that says a lot about police culture, that it would get to this point. Now, thankfully, in this case, you have some officers willing to point it out and probably will be ostracized from the community for the rest of their careers, which will be brief now. But it is good that they're doing that and making sure that we know what's going on behind these closed doors.
Yeah, and it happens all the time. I mean, over in LA, right? Also something that happened while I was gone. You've got the city councilwoman, Nuri Martinez, openly just the amount of racism coming out of her mouth behind closed doors with other city council members. People in power are racist as hell, and it's more than just bigotry, right? It's bigotry with power. And that is what racism is. It's structural racism for folks who need to understand that difference. It's not just a I don't like blank group of people. It is I don't like blank group of people, and I am in a position of power to directly impact their lives. I have arrested them, I have thrown them in jail for no reason, I have stopped them for a broken taillight and then beaten the living daylights out of them. This is all part of it. I'm in a position of power in a city council. So man, the stuff that happens. And we're in a body cam era, right? That hasn't stopped racist cops from continuing to disproportionately brutalize Black Americans.
Exactly, yeah. Would have been great to have a recording like with that city council. But anyway, as of right now, she's still with the department. We'll keep you updated as the lawsuit proceeds. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.